everyone, to another Oasis webinar. We're really happy to have you here today with us as we discuss NetSuite for the Modern CFO. I'm Aaron Rosenberg, a partner here at Oasis Solutions and the SVP of Business Development. I'm joined by Annette Manius, our president and founder, as well as Michael Drury, a partner here who's going to take us through the NetSuite demonstration. As we get started, I want to tell you what we've got in store today for you. We're going to talk a little bit about Oasis and our partnership approach to software in the marketplace today. We're going to look back and talk a little bit about the technology shifts in the marketplace as well, which led us to choose NetSuite as our partner for cloud-based ERP technology. Then we're going to demonstrate NetSuite in the mind of the CFO, the modern CFO, and take some questions as well. So what really makes Oasis different and what we feel like is our differentiator in the marketplace today is our focus on people and process first. Technology and software is just a tool to make people and processes more productive. So we want to help leverage technology to make sure that your business is running smoothly, that you have the best in-class processes in place, that we can train your people and have a successful outcome together. So I'm going to turn it over to Annette a little bit. She can talk about her founding of Oasis as well as why we chose NetSuite.
Thank you, Aaron. Good morning, everyone. This is Annette Manius, president and founder of Oasis. And as Aaron said, we've been in business for 27 years, founded in 1991. We have been selected as Best Places to Work, Fast 50, Incredible Awards, and the prestigious Bob Scott's Top 100 VARs. We have over 700 clients in 35 states. And at Oasis, we focus on our people and our processes because we believe that who you buy from in the marketplace is more important than what you buy. Along with that theory, we have CPAs, MBAs, former CFOs, controllers, and software developers on our team. The reason that's important to our customers is that we not only know the software, but we also understand business. We have been in your seat for many years in different positions, and we understand what it is to run a business. So our project managers have over 300 plus combined years of experience. So I want to talk a little bit about business technology and how it's shifting. When we started business in 1991, the typical computer system was a mainframe, which consisted of a room full of computers, large computers, and a dumb terminal. So that dumb terminal got all the information from the mainframe. That progressed to servers, which are much smaller, with smart terminals as a client-server environment. So the terminals are processing information and not just being served by the server. Currently, most of our clients are in this scenario, the client-server, which still serves everyone well. But we wanted to make sure that we were able to bring our customers into the next generation with cloud and mobile computing. So about 6-7 years ago, we started looking at cloud-based products for ERP. We evaluated NetSuite, we evaluated Sage Intacct, and several other products on the market. We determined that for our customers, NetSuite was the best option. The reason that we decided to work with NetSuite is because of the breadth of functionality it has built into the product. So there aren't a lot of things that you have to have that's outside the product to make things work for you. So there's an integrated CRM. The ERP is all integrated with the dashboards and different functionality for distributors, manufacturers, and also for service industries. So in the 6 or 7 years that we have worked with NetSuite, we've gained quite a few clients in different industries. The same as our Sage clients are a lot in different industries. So we have a lot of distributors, manufacturers, and service companies as well on that product. So I'd like to turn it back to Aaron Rosenberg, and he is going to tell you all a little bit about NetSuite.
Thanks, Annette. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you all about NetSuite, and it's been my primary responsibility here over the last 3 years to help our business grow by aligning our resources with customers in the marketplace that are interested in looking at NetSuite as a cloud-based ERP solution. So one of the reasons why Oasis chose NetSuite over those other products like Intact is it's been around a long time, and it was the first in a cloud computing ERP company. It was born and bred on the internet, and so it's been around since 1999 with over 40,000 plus companies using NetSuite around the globe, so it's global in scale. So a lot of strength in numbers. Was acquired by Oracle back in 2016, was first designed as Oracle's small business software for accounting called NetLedger. Went public, has grown and grown over the last 20 years, and really services, as Annette said, customers across multiple industries. Growth-oriented customers love NetSuite. As you'll see on this next slide, there are a lot of big companies and fast growth companies on the left-hand side of those logos. And then we've been lucky enough to add our own logos and our customer base over these last several years as well. So NetSuite, again, has been a primary product for all different types of organizations and really helps to incorporate all of the different functionality that's required of a growth-oriented business without having to worry about other things that more traditional software might have slowed that growth, like version lock or getting stuck on a certain version because of the customizations and integrations that are put into the environment. So on NetSuite, all of those 40,000 plus customers are on the same version, and it upgrades automatically twice a year with 2 major upgrades. Whereas if you think about a cloud hosted solution where we might have 10 different customers on different versions of Sage 100 software in a hosted environment, they're all paying maintenance for the chance to upgrade, whereas with NetSuite in the subscription environment, you're automatically on the latest software all the time. It also has built-in disaster recovery, is available, and has security and legislation compliance built in as well. So it really is the last ERP upgrade you're ever going to have to do, which a lot of customers find very attractive. If we look at NetSuite's published uptime guarantee is 99.5%, but what we see in the marketplace is typically at 99.98 or 99.9% actually. And if this looks at the last year, I pulled this from November to October 18, over 356 billion application requests across all the major data centers here over that last year. And it has built-in compliancy as well, so PCI compliancy. A lot of our customers want to take credit card payments through their application. They might have SOX compliancy, so even publicly traded companies can run NetSuite and go through all the audit processes that they have to do in order to sustain that public offering. And so it's really been a reliable, secure platform for our customers. A little bit about our relationship with NetSuite. So as a solution provider partner, we're one of the partners that NetSuite has in the marketplace to help them produce over 42% of their annual revenue last year. We really deliver what NetSuite describes as that last mile functionality by being experts in business processes and best practices. Again, leveraging the technology to help your business grow, looking at other opportunities as well for our customers, such as opening up e-commerce channels, opening up global marketplace through the out-of-the-box functionality for multi-currency, even multi-language availability. Really, we provide one team to work with you to talk about what does a successful implementation look like, how are we going to train your people so that they can carry forward and enable them to use the product efficiently, and then support you for the life of your business. And so now we're going to show you the product here as we put on the CFO hat, and Michael Drury is going to take you through the product demonstration and look at NetSuite from the eyes of the modern CFO.
Hello, and welcome to our presentation of NetSuite for the CFO. My name is Michael Drury, and I'm a partner here with Oasis Solutions. I'm going to go through a presentation here as if I'm the CFO and give you a good idea of how NetSuite can make your business run smoothly. So as a CFO, every morning when I log into NetSuite, I want to see what's important to me. As I log in, the top left section of my dashboard shows a list of action items for myself or other staff. So these reminders are personalized to what is important and what I need to have reminded me on a daily basis. An action item from my queue is to approve sales orders. From this link will take me to a list of all of the open sales orders that I need to approve. Our business process requires that all sales orders over a certain amount must be approved by me. A workflow in NetSuite can easily be created to ensure that all orders go through myself prior to shipping inventory to the customer or prior to any credit limit problems that we may have. I can click on the link and we'll be directed directly to the listing of the sales orders. From this screen, I can approve all at once with the click of a button and then submit, or I can approve all each one individually. Let me go ahead and go back to my dashboard. And after I get through all of my reminders or my action items, I can then change my focus to my cash. As we see here, there's a bank balance trend graph that will show each data point of my cash flow. So for each period, as I kind of hover over each one of the data points and periods of this graph, I can see what the values are of my total bank balance. I can also change the look of my graph by showing a bar chart or a column chart. I can also change the frequency by period. I can look at this on a quarterly basis or also on a yearly basis. In addition, I can also see a comparison here from year over year. So if I did have the data in here for the prior year, I would be able to see how that bank balance measures up against the current year versus prior year. The next thing I want to look at is my profitability. So they scroll down through my dashboard and see a very similar graph to my bank balance. As I hover on each one of the data points, again, I will be able to see what the profit is for the given period and being able to kind of quickly see what that trend looks like. Also, I can make additional changes as far as seeing a bar, a column chart, and changing the period that I am looking at here. I can also view my receivables and see what the trends are for a given period as well. So in my other portlet, see here my monthly receivables trend, and see how the receivables are going up. I can change as far as the date here range where we're looking at the trend either on a daily or weekly basis. So with NetSuite, users do have that ability to personalize the dashboard for the relevant data that they need to see. Now, let's say I want to see what my most profitable customers are. I have a dashboard portal here for my top 5 clients by sales. If I scroll down and choose the option here to set up, I can change my view. Instead of looking at this by clients by sales, I can look at this by clients by profitability. So I can either add a new graph or modify an existing one. And then as this is updated, as I scroll down here, we'll see that there are top 5 clients by profitability. So I can view the graph in a variety of formats, and I can change the date. So right now, I'm looking at this on a month to date. So if I want to look at this on a pie chart, it can give me all of my clients that I have, my top 5. I can actually click on one of these and it will remove them from my pie chart. Click on them, brings them back in. And as I click on each one of the pieces, it expand out, but also will give me what that dollar amount will be. I can change the date. I want to look at it for this year. And now it's going to be showing me the top 5 clients profitability for this year. I can also view a detailed report showing my top customers and invoices. So from the portlet, I can select to view the report, and it will bring up the underlying data from that particular graph. So you see the top 5 here for this year. From the report, I can actually email this to other recipients. So if I have any of my sales managers or other sales reps that should receive this report, or the CEO. I could just add their email address here. I could type in a message. Here's this year's current report. Specify that I want this to go out in a PDF, and then just click send. This report is automatically emailed to those that were on the recipient list. This could take a long time in other legacy systems, or might have to have IT create this report or do a download of the data into Excel and spend more time manipulating the data. Slicing and dicing data in is easy and only takes minutes with no additional help required. Another key metric that I look for is a customer's aging. We scroll down, I have a series of shortcuts to other reports. One, I see an open AR balance as far as all of my customers and their balance. But specifically, if I want to get to my aging report, just click on the link for my shortcut. It opens this into a new tab. And I'm able to be able to see my aging as of today for all of my customers. As I'm looking down through here, as I scroll down, you can see that I have a specific invoice that has 386 days past due. I can drill down into this particular transaction to the actual invoice. And I can see any of the history or any notes on the customer record once it does come up. Once the invoice is up, from here, I can actually look at any of the history or any notes that I have for this particular customer. From the history tab on this invoice, I can see again any of the notes that have been sent. So you can see here over the last couple of months, Jane said she is going to send the check out today, but obviously we haven't received it. From the Activities tab, I'm going to create a new task. And I'm going to ask one of my sales associates to reach out to this client. Call Jane. I'm going to assign this to Abby. And I do want to make sure that she receives this notification through email. I can also put in a due date that I'd like for her to have this completed, send them a little message, and then I can save this. This task will show up in her reminders on her dashboard, and I will also be able to track the progress of this task. I can also send an email directly to the customer, and the communication will actually be captured here as well. So from the click of a button, an email can be sent directly to the main contact, and then be able to have that captured here as well. Another key metric that is very important for my business is new customer business. So the acquisitions of new customers is very key to our business. And scroll up and look at my key performance indicators on my dashboard. See here that I have a couple of options where I'm looking at new clients and new business from those new clients. There is an option here to show a pop-up graph, a trend, so I can see that trend over the given time range. I'll look at this on a yearly, maybe I want to look at this on a monthly basis and kind of see how the new customers are increasing. From here, from our KPI on the dashboard, I can actually drill down into the report for this new business. This will give me a report looking at this particular quarter, what new business we actually have received from our new clients. So this is a summary report of each one of those customers. Being that this information is vital, I may want to schedule this report to be sent to me via email on a weekly basis. From the scheduler, I can tell it that I do want this run on a weekly basis, every single Wednesday, and what time I want this report to be into my email, into my inbox. I can also add additional managers to the distribution list. Scheduling the reports in NetSuite is one way that we can distribute reports to managers or those that aren't necessarily users in NetSuite. Having that flexibility in the reporting options is key to managing my company and focusing on our growth and strategy. So far, we have looked at primarily my cash and my profit, as well as new business from our new clients for the year. I've updated one of my portlets on my dashboard so that I can see my new clients or my top 5 clients and profitability. We've also scheduled reports to be emailed weekly. Now, I want to leverage my dashboard to give me other key financial metrics with simplicity. I want to create a scorecard within NetSuite. A KPI scorecard will show us a quick snapshot and a trend for different KPIs. In my example, when I go to create a new one, what I want to do is I want to look at my income, my cost of sales, operating expenses, and my profit. And additionally, since new customer business is critical, I'll add that visibility to my scorecard too. You go ahead and give it a name. And then we're going to come down and we're going to tell what KPIs that we actually want to see. So I mentioned earlier, I want to see my income, my cost of sales, operating expenses, and my profit. And I want to also add a formula here so that I can see my gross margin percentage. So I'll choose the option for formula percent. Come over here to the right, and I'm going to put in a quick formula here where I'm taking my KPI of profit, and then I'm going to divide that by my income. And also give it a label, gross margin percent. We'll add this line. I mentioned earlier that I wanted to also see my new clients and the new business from those new clients. The next step is to put in the date ranges that we're looking for. I'm going to look at last month. And the month before that, so May. So I could get a 3-month trend. Also, I want to see this fiscal year to date and do a comparison there with that so we can see last fiscal year to date. Now that I've got my date ranges and my KPIs, some additional things I want to do is add some highlighting. So I'm going to take my gross margin percent, and I want to see this highlighted if my gross margin percent is going to be greater than 30%. And give it a nice little color. And let's save that. Now all I need to do is go back to my dashboard and add this KPI scorecard, and we'll be able to see those KPIs elements as well as the date ranges that I have entered in. Okay. So I already have a KPI scorecard for board metrics. I want to update this one and change it to the one I just created. Now quickly, the data will be refreshed and we will be able to see my KPI scorecard for my CFO financials. Notice that my gross margin percent is highlighted here for this month because the value is greater than the 30% that I put in there. So it makes it stand out for me. The next thing I want to look at is my accounts payable. So managing the receivables, that is really key to our cash flow, but the offset to that, of course, is our managing our payables. So I've already created a saved search for my open AP. So I'm going to update this search on my dashboard and add the one I created here for my open AP. Go ahead and save this. This is going to show me at this point right here all of my open accounts payable that I have. The searches are dynamic and interactive on my dashboard. So any of these elements that I have added here, I can change, in this case, my date range. So the change in the due date, I'll be able to see that the changes as far as what is due, what was due at the end of last month. It'll quickly refresh, and it will show that value. If I'm looking at what we have due in the next 5 days, 5 days from now, when we go to do the next AP run, it'll give me that value. Also, based on what I do have in here, maybe I want to look at what we have in 30 days from now. So again, searches on the dashboard are interactive, and we can kind of scroll through the list to see everything that we have on here and the total. We can also drill down into each one of these and be able to access the detail of what makes up the value for their open AP. As we move along to my final topic, I want to review my financial statements. When reviewing a standard financial statement, I can quickly update the date range and then refresh the report. Let's say I want to look at it for this fiscal year. Click on refresh. Now I'm looking at this income statement by for the year to date and for whatever subsidiary or company that I want to see. I can change from looking at a consolidated report to each individual company. I can also change the format of this report quickly by changing my column layout. If I want to look at this by location, department, or class, I change this, and now my columns will show each one of my locations and showing them a comparison side by side. Additionally, if I want to view the report on an accounting period, showing a trend or a trailing 12 months for this report, seeing the same data, and all I'm doing is just changing my columns. So a lot of different ways of analyzing your reports and being able to see the information on these quickly without having to customize or create additional reporting. Filtering the data by classifications can also provide additional analytics. In this case, maybe I want to look at specific locations. So I can go through here and click the locations that I want to see kind of grouped together. Click OK and refresh. And now we're only going to see the locations and the accounting periods for those as well. If I want to change my column to show by location rather than by accounting period, I can quickly change that, and it will just show those that I have selected with a subtotal for them. So it's a quick way of grabbing or selecting specific locations or classifications and getting a summarized report by them. I can even export this report to Excel for further formatting or manipulation, export it to a PDF, and as I mentioned before, we can email and we can schedule the reports. To quote one of our NetSuite clients, everyone is going to have different priorities, but having the ability and visibility of data is numero uno. Thank you for your time.